That is what we had lobbied for. But right now we have lost control. We used to have meetings with ERC, but right now, whatever letters we are doing to EPRA, they are just ignoring them. So as a public body, I don't know which public interest they are serving. So we have a problem of accountability and transparency on the authority that is in charge of fuel pricing. Right. And also we have a big issue with G2G because we are told that the G2G was supposed to let the fuel come down, but the opposite has happened. Right. The G2G is the one that is making the fuel remain high while the global prices is, you said 80 shillings per barrel, per dollar per barrel. Yes.
$80 per barrel in comparison to what we have right now per liter is, there's quite the difference there. And Albert, when it comes to matatus, of course, usually, from what I know, matatus are usually fueled in the morning and of course later on in the day. When it's 80 shillings per liter, let's say a typical matatu, how many liters does it consume when it's given, during the day?
During the day, we'll say within Nairobi, we consume up to 100 liters. Yes.
100 liters times 196 shillings.
Yeah, which is very expensive compared to the business we are doing. Because majority of the time you get that we are in traffic jam, and the cost we get that we are losing a lot on traffic.
Right.
And maybe what we'll need to urge the government. You see, initially we used to have liberalization.
Right.
They need to think on that line to see how they can try to bring the fuel down.
Right.
Because if they rely on multinational, because we know multinational are the ones forcing the price to be fixed so that they can make money.
Right.
So if we can do liberalization, it is allowed in our country, it will really help the issue of the fuel to come down.
Right.
And if the government is saying they are taking care of the farmer, you see, when you say you are giving subsidy to the farmer and you increase the fuel, you see, you're still making the same farmer to suffer.
Right.
If you say you are supporting the hustler, the majority of the hustlers are the ones who are using the PSV, that is matatus. And you see the fare goes up, they are the ones suffering. But as we move on, the government need to listen to everybody so that we see how we can help Kenyans to move on.
Right, and opening up the market, of course, brings in the best man to give the best services. Let's have, some of the petroleum dealers. Let's have a look at what they have to say.
This is important, and we have to air our voice and say that we are suffering, we are not doing any business from our sector. We know that, and it's like everybody is just, wondering himself, what am I going to do next? Yet we are sharing the same problems, so we need to come together and just talk about it and look for a way we can shout so much and let everybody else, because once we shout, somebody else will shout on the same.
That is Katimbwa, the independent petroleum distributors. These are distributors who are talking about some of their plights. People who are saying, how exactly are we supposed to be surviving in this economy given that the policies are not always favorable to us? Peter, when it comes to motorists dealing with such distributors, what exactly is happening on the ground?
Yes, I think I'm in concurrence. He's Karanja from Kenya Independent Petroleum Distributors.
Yes, Katimbwa is from the Matatu Welfare Association. I got the names mixed up.
He's Karanja. And I'm in concurrence that action is needed.
Right.
Because you see, as it has been stated, is that right now the regulation that we thought will come from the regulator of fuel prices is not helping the country.
Right.
So we better revert to what my colleague has said here, a liberalized market.
Right.